moly, today on the channel we got a hold of the new Torpedo G.I. Joe action figure. What's his name? Edward Torpedo Laola. I just knew him as Torpedo when I was a kid. I didn't know the whole name. But anyways, yeah, I got this, of course you guys know that I take a few trips down to Canada every once in a while, and I have a few friends up there. So I got the old Canadian hookup, and they sent me a couple of these guys. So I have a few ordered through Hasbro Pulse as well. So those are coming. And I also got a few eels ordered, but those aren't coming anytime soon. But yeah, we'll do a review on those when they come up. So let's take a look at the packaging real quick. I really dig the packaging, other than it's, I mean, like I said, if you're going to do cardboard packaging, which I do not prefer, I prefer the old packaging, but this is really nice looking. You have a digital render here of the figure. You have all the accessories here, a little action shot here of the comic book. You got his name, the logo, a little QR code, maybe some of his specialties down there at the bottom. Another action shot there. Some more stuff of what he comes with. Picture of the digital figures, his accessories that he should come with. Some details there that you might see on the figure itself. No write-up though, still no write-up. And then here's what you got on the side. Another kind of little action shot. Number 73 in the series. So excited to get this guy in. He's one of my favorite. I still have him actually in my display case. But anyways, so that's the box. That's the packaging. Great work, Hasbro. I like the box, but I'd rather it not be plastic free. All right, so what do we have with the figure? So as you guys saw some of my action poses earlier on, I really like the way it poses and stuff. But let's go ahead and get to that articulation to see how it works out. One thing that I didn't like, and we'll get to that in a minute, but let's talk about that in a second. Put all that there. All right, so just initial thoughts on it. It feels good. Feels like a good quality plastic. A little harder, a little tougher, a little more quality than the Marvel Legends plastic. It's not as lanky or sticky and gummy as the Marvel Legends. It feels good. It feels like a good quality figure. Not as tight or as thick as or strong as the Action Force ones, but definitely still substantially of more quality than the other ones. He's got this harness here that's got some nice little shots of color. I don't think it's glued onto his body. I think he's just, it's not glued on. It's just put on there. So this can come off. Is this glued on? Yeah, I think this is glued on. This is just hanging out there. That knife comes out, by the way. This is not glued on, so that might be a problem later. These aren't glued on either. That might be a problem later. He does have, this isn't glued on either, but boy, nice little detail there. I really dig that. Great work, Hasbro. Dig it. And let's see, what else does he have on here? Well, that's it. Let's look at the face sculpt real quick, see what we're working with there. Looks really great. Nice head sculpt. I don't see anything a problem with it. Just looks like a head sculpt. Nice looking head sculpt there. Regular guy. With the scuba gear on his head. So anyways, can look up that much, can look down that much, and he has two pieces here. Although I don't like that the neck really doesn't add to the ability to look up. Sorry about that. He does look up quite a bit anyways though, so it's fine. He looks down, so that's okay. That's the articulation that you're working with there at the head. He does look to the side a bit, look to that side a bit, and it does go all the way around. So anyways, that's what you're working with there. Can he do a T-pose? Yes, rather easily do a T-pose. This one does not catch at all. Easily do a T-pose. He's got a bicep cut right there. Double jointed, pinless elbows. Great work there, Hasbro. And he has, rotating at the wrist. Does he have an up and down? Yes, he has an up and down with this wrist. And does he have an in with that one or up and down as well? Let's see. Yeah, it's an up and down as well. So That's what you got up and down with both of those wrists. So that's fine. All right. That's what you're working with up there. No torso cut. You've got an inverted crunch there. So that's, he can go that far back, which is fantastic. And he can go that far much forward, which is really great as well. So tremendous crunch. Tremendous ability to move with the, let me get that out of the way, with the, you know, in the midsection there. Just great. He also does have a ball joint down there, so he can kind of go to the side a little bit. That way, that way. So you got some articulation there. And he can turn at the waist as well. So fantastic work there. Now, we're going to get into a part where it's really interesting how they did it. I mean, of course, he's got the drop down hips, and he's got a thigh cut right here. And he's got double jointed, pinless knees. But then they do something interesting right down here. It's not a boot cut. It's like an ankle cut down here at the bottom, which is very interesting. I don't mind it at all. I like that little ankle cut that they got there. It might actually give me more maneuverability than if they had it up there. But that's just my thought. And they do have ankle pivot and down that far, up that far, which is really great. So great articulation with this figure. Very much worth it. If I see some more of them, I'll probably pick up some more. You never know when you're going to need a squad of frogmen to jump in there and get the job done. I don't know. Underwater guys are just fun to me. So I dig them. Really like this figure so far. The articulation is on point, as most Joes are. So fantastic work, Hasbro. This is great. I like it. You're going to go fit right in with, you know, the Action Force, and Action Force will fill it. You know, G.I. Joe will fit with that. Action Force will fit with that. Let me stand him up a little bit here. Well, anyways, let's put him to the back because I want to get to the accessories. And he comes with a ton of accessories. I wish he'd come with more hands, but that's fine. Let's start out with the scuba gear here. So this is the little tank, I guess, that attaches to his back. And then you have the breathing apparatus. You got a little bit of a quality paint issue there, but that's fine. Cover that up if we need to. You got his breathing mask here, which attaches as a separate piece that pops off of these two ends, and it goes in. I remember on the Eel and on Torpedo, he kind of had the same thing on the little 3 3/4 one. So this fits nice and snugly over his head, so very good there. It looks great. It looks like some scuba gear, futuristic-y, modern-y type scuba gear. I dig it. Great work on this. Fantastic. So you get that little piece there. You get this, I don't know. I'm not sure what kind of weapon this is. But anyways, it's kind of like submachine gun that I guess he can carry around. And when he's not in the water, he can take this out. And, you know, if he's on a mission where he's got to go through the water, get on land, he's got this little guy to fall back to. And then when he's in the water, of course, if he comes across an eel, he's definitely going to have to get that eel, right? He's going to have to go to town on it. So he's got his spear gun here. And this spear gun goes on his arm here, and then his hand goes in through here so he doesn't lose his spear gun. So I know it doesn't come off. It's not a separate piece. It's just one piece there for his spear gun. So very nice looking spear gun. I dig it. Good quality work there. It doesn't have any aging or weathering on it, but I mean, if you wanted to, you could give it a dry brush. It's not a big deal. And then we have the little flippers. Great little accessory. I had no issues putting these on him. Fantastic. They're made out of really gummy plastic, so they flip really well because they're flippers. But yeah, I dig it. Great accessories. Great work on this figure. I mean, great work, Hasbro. Money well spent. I really like this figure. I recommend the hell out of it. Great job. Great job. Let's see what he looks like standing next to a few other Joes for some size comparisons. Let me see if I can get his hand down a little bit there. There we go. This little thing gets in the way a little bit, kind of from putting his hand down all the way, but I mean, that's understandable. All right, let me see if I can stand him up straight. Stand up straight. There we go. So we can get you some size comparison with some other guys there. All right, let's grab another Joe. Let's grab Mr. Destro, one of the towering baddies. And he is a little bit shorter than Destro, as we would expect, right? So that's where he is in comparison to Destro. Definitely a little shorter than him. So that's for Mr. Destro. Let's see who he compares to with next. Let's look at CoverGirl. And let's see where she's at, standing next to him. Interesting. She's a little tiny, just a tiny bit shorter than him. Just a hair shorter than him. So that's where he is next to CoverGirl. Let's see him standing next to our boy, Mr. Stormtrooper. And Mr. Stormtrooper shorter than Torpedo. But that's par for the course, man. This Stormtrooper is shorter than everybody. One last one. Let's see how he compares to the Bone Collector from Valaverse. Let's see what it looks like there. Yeah, the Bone Collector's got him beat. Not by a lot, but he's got him beat. So there he is standing next to a Valaverse figure. And finally, let's get his actual size there. So bring out a ruler here and we can take a look at his size there. He seems to be right at 6.5. Is it me or are all these figures now coming in right at 6.5? So, yep, that's where he's at. All right, guys. Do I recommend this figure? Oh, heck yeah. I love this figure. Great work on this, Hasbro. And again, when Hasbro screws up, I'm going to let you know about it. When Hasbro does things right like this, I'm going to let you know about it. This is a very well done figure. Very well executed. Lots of accessories. I would have gotten a little more hands. A few tiny nitpicky QC issues. A couple of things that I would have done. I wish I would have had more hands, but still lots of accessories, so very good. And I wish his head would have gone up a little more, but I mean, that's just nitpicky stuff. Overall, it's a great figure, guys. Great figure. So what do you guys think? Was I fair to the figure? Are you going to be picking him up? I would give him a 5 out of 5. I'd definitely be army building a few more and looking forward to adding him to my collection. So remember to like and subscribe if you're so inclined. And as long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep rolling these out. And remember, or if this is my first time saying this, I might even give some of these away, maybe 1 or 2. But we'll see. We'll see. If I get a couple more in, we'll see about that. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like.